I don't think anybody in the world is looking at this and they're like, wow, that's a shocker. Nobody saw that coming. Everybody saw Palworld getting sued by Pokemon or Nintendo company in one way or another. And this video is probably going to start coming off a little anti-Nintendo. I've owned every Nintendo console since Super Nintendo. I'm not trying to flex like too hard, but I love Pokemon. I'm not the enemy. But neither is Palworld. Palworld is not Pokemon's enemy. But unfortunately, that is the way that things are being framed right now because Palworld is being sued by Nintendo as of this morning. Let's take a look at that lawsuit from Nintendo before I get lost playing Palworld for my first time in months. Together, the Pokemon Company filed a complaint of infringement to lawsuit to the Tokyo District against Pocketpair. The lawsuit seeks an injunction against infringement and compensation of damages on the grounds that Palworld, a game developed and released by defendant, infringes multiple patent rights. Patent is a type of intellectual property and investor can seek protection by filing a patent application. Other forms of intellectual property that are protected include copyright and trademarks. The Palworld developer Pocketpair responds to Nintendo Pokemon lawsuits and says it's unaware of the patents that it's accused of infringing. We've received a notice of the lawsuit and begin to appropriate legal proceedings and investigations into claims to the patent infringement. What is the patent that they're speaking about? Could it be a gameplay mechanic or is it the looming idea that it is the monster design in the game? Through this slideshow, you can see a lot of appearances. I mean, like you got the tail right here, but this is a mouse, right? This is obviously like an electric rodent of some sort, but there are vast differences in the eyes and the mouth and the way that the white comes off of the chest inside of the sparks coming out of the face. All this is obviously completely inspired by Pikachu. Undoubtedly, it's not Pikachu though. That's not Pikachu. Because the more I look at this, the more I'm saying this is a bipedal lizard with its tail on fire, and this is also a fire fox. But you don't own the intellectual property or the trademark of a fox that's on fire. Otherwise, the web browser would probably be sued by Nintendo too. Incoming. Panglet looks very different. It's got the little bow tie. It's got the little hair that comes off the top. It's an aquatic creature that lives in ice and water. It makes sense that it's going to be blue. The eyes are handled differently, although they do have the little goggles right here. Snorlax, like this is just a face that you make in a cartoon, right? Eyes that go under like that with two teeth that kind of look like cat's teeth, whatever. This is a bear. This is a cow. The eyes, they're different. You don't have pupils over here. This is bipedal. He's on all fours. This is a tail. The ears are built completely different. There's a Meowth charm right here. That's not right there. Not a carbon copy by any means. Bipedal, on all fours. Tritons exist. I don't know what to tell you. You would have to sue Toucan Sam too. This is Egyptian history. Like Anubis is literally based off of an Egyptian figure. So anything that's based off of that is not your property, Nintendo. You might want to chill out. Grizzbolt and Electabuzz, let me tell you guys something. I can't really defend this. Like the feet are a little different. You got 3 toenails. You obviously have claws instead of fists. You know, the teeth are handled without like the canine bite, right? The ears don't have these little buzzard things. He also has the alfalfa right here, which is very similar. The electric bolt that goes through the middle, guys. I mean, this is really difficult to completely defend all on itself, but again, it doesn't even have a tail, right? Now let's have an honest conversation about why this is happening and where this could be stemming from, right? Because I don't think that Pokemon has ever made a game that is even remotely similar to this game at all. Like, look at the inventory, look at what my pals are actually up to. Like, this is a survival game, and they're used as survival tools. I've never played a Pokemon game in my entire life where that is the goal. And I believe there's only been like one open world Pokemon game ever. And the goal of that game, again, was not the same. And I understand that like having creatures that look like Pokemon holding guns and shooting each other, when your whole brand of Pokemon has been very kid-friendly and very safe, that could look like it's really hurting the brand of your company, right? But the reality is, as long as they're not directly copying everything that you do with like Pidgeotos and Magikarp floating around, you can't do a thing about it. The only real overlap with this game, and I think Pokemon games, is the mechanism that you catch these monsters with. A ball, a spear, tomato. You throw them and then you return them the same way. It's like, I can totally see how Pocketpair kind of overstepped maybe with that. That's how you catch them. I can see that maybe holding some weight in court, but also if that is the case, then developers could just get a little bit creative. I think a lot of these things can be fixed. Maybe it's not a sphere. Maybe they do something new. Maybe make it exciting. It's some type of new equipment or some new technology that you use instead of throwing, right? Let's just say that some of these pals end up actually having too much crossover with some Pokemon design. Again, some developer power. I think that all it's going to take is just a little bit of creativity, a couple revisions. Hell, I might even buy some Palworld cards because they might be early builds of these pals that we'll never see again. Might be rare one day. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. I think this is as far as it gets right now until we get new information about the lawsuit between Pocketpair and Nintendo. I will be following this very closely, so if you want to be following this very closely, definitely give me a subscribe. I'm about to be closing in at a quarter of my goal. Make sure you like and share if this is something that brought a little bit of a light or a new perspective to your idea of what could be happening between Pocketpair and Nintendo. And it feels good to be back in this game. I haven't played this game in a long time. I kind of miss Palworld. I can't wait to see where this IP goes. This video was not legal advice. Have a good day.